So this is how you can go from 0 to 10K profit a month with Amazon FBA, okay? I usually wouldn't want to make a video like this, right? You know, how to go from 0 to 10K, 0 to 20K, whatever the case may be per month, because it's kind of out there, right? But I was talking to one of my students actually today. We had a class earlier, and it just seems so simple, you know, in basic terms, where I just wanted to make this video and kind of just break down the 6 steps it really takes to actually get to 10K a month with Amazon, because it's really not that complicated, right? You know, each little section has its own nuanced methods and whatnot to, you know, that you need to get through, but it really gets broken down into six parts. And that's what I want to cover in this video, right? How are we going to go from $0 today in profit? We've never sold on Amazon before, so we're not making any income, to a point where we can get to 10K profit, right? And that is very attainable with Amazon. And the thing with Amazon is, you know, once you get there, it's not like you have to maintain clients and everything. You just maintain and restock your products they're already selling. So it's very, very sustainable. That's why I love this business. But if you don't know who I am, okay, my name is Dave. I've been selling Amazon for a while now. It's been about 2 years. And I sold $10,000 in revenue my very first month. Now, this video isn't on getting to $10,000 in revenue, because that's, you know, the steps to take to that are very, very straightforward. But this is to get to 10K profit a month, right? Okay, and there's different strategies to do this. And, you know, we're going to get into them in this video. But I've been doing well over 6 figures every single month. You know, it took me about 9 months to scale there. And I was taking it pretty slow. There's definitely people that can scale more aggressively. But I've been selling well over 6 figures every single month consistently with this business model, making well over 10K profit every single month on that, right? In this video, I'm going to explain the quickest path to getting to that 10,000 a month mark. And again, I was just speaking to several people. I spoke to one today and 3 this past week, and it was just, they were picking it up so fast, because the strategy really isn't that complicated. It's only complicated if you complicate it yourself. So the strategy definitely works for myself, works for my students. It really, really is effective. So follow along. So how are we getting to the glorious 10,000 a month mark? Well, again, like I said, there is 6 steps. So step 1 is your mindset, right? Don't skip, okay? Don't skip this video right now if you hear me say this, because let me explain what I mean with this. Because the mindset you have with Amazon FBA isn't the mindset I'm talking about of grind, work hard, and, you know, it'll come over time, which that definitely applies to FBA like it does with any business model. But for Amazon specifically, what I mean by mindset is you got to realize that getting to 10K profit a month is the exact same as getting to $1,000 per month. Okay, it's not like your standard business where you need to implement a bunch of new things to step up, because you're doing the same exact methods and strategies of sourcing to get to 1K profit as you would to 10K profit. The only difference with 10K profit is you're purchasing more of that product, more inventory. Okay, you're just scaling. You're at a later step. So it's the same strategy. So if you're already selling on Amazon and you're doing 2, 3, 4K profit a month, keep doing what you're doing. Just add it, double your inventory. Okay, be more confident in your purchases. The mindset shift is the exact same from 2K to 10K. Okay, you have to realize that. And if you're brand new, realize that. Your first target should be 1K profit. Because once you know how to make 1K with Amazon, you know how to make 10K with Amazon. So what's our second step? All right, what do we do after, you know, we got that to go? Ready? We need to actually find the model we want to do. And there's a lot of different models you can do with Amazon, right? You have private label, that's the most generic one, where you purchase stuff from China. We're not doing that, okay? There's retail arbitrage, where you go to Walmart, Target, Sam's, Ross, whatever, find stuff on the shelf, scan them, send them into Amazon, and then, you know, sell them like that, which we're also not doing, because we don't want to waste our time going to stores. It's a big waste of time. There's way more efficient ways of doing this, okay? There's a wholesale route, which is phenomenal. Wholesale and OA, it's kind of the same thing, online arbitrage wholesale, right? We're just purchasing online through big name brands, and then we're reselling those on Amazon. That is definitely the easiest model to start as a beginner, especially the online arbitrage model, because you get your foot in the door really quick. You can start making sales within a couple weeks. Just got to get this product sent into Amazon, and then you can start making sales. Okay, you can source stuff right away, right? My students, I teach them on one session how to source, and they're already sending me 20, 30 products that entire week, because they're just finding stuff like that. It's just that quick and easy to find when you know the methods. And the methods that they're doing for the most part is reverse sourcing and then a little bit of manual sourcing on some low-key sites. But you have to choose the right vehicle to get there. And there's different methods and models again. But as a complete beginner, even if you want to get into wholesale eventually, I think you should really begin with the online arbitrage route because you learn the ropes and then you can transition over to wholesale. Because wholesale is the same exact model as online arbitrage, except we're purchasing from somewhere else. But analytics, analyzing your products, restocking, all that stuff is the same across the board. So you want to figure out your model. So our driving model here is going to be the online arbitrage route as a complete beginner that wants to make 10K profit a month from Amazon online. Okay. Now, after you've decided what model you want to do, you need to get that proof of concept immediately. Okay. We want to get this done right off the bat, so you know it works. Before you've even done anything on Amazon, you don't know if it works or not. You know, people say, oh, this product sells 1,000 times, this product sells 300 times, but does it actually, right? You don't know, and you don't really believe them right off the bat. I didn't believe them at first, right? It wasn't until I sent in this multivitamin I got for really cheap. I sent it into Amazon, and it sold pretty much as soon as I sent it in. And the listing said it sold 1,000 times a month. So if a product says it sells 1,000 times a month and I send it in and it sells within like 10 minutes, that thing is definitely selling at least 1,000 times a month. And I have that proof of concept immediately. So whether you need to go around your house, find like a brand new bottle of shampoo or body wash or I don't know, dog toy or whatever it is that's name brand, deodorant, and find a listing on Amazon and send it on it, even if you're not making money, just sell it and see how fast it actually sells, that is huge. Because once you have that proof of concept, you know it works, you're going to be a lot more motivated to go and source. So for me personally, what happened was I was working at a retailer and I saw a product. I was getting into Amazon. I wanted to get into it at least, but I didn't really know if stuff actually sold like people said it did or if it was just a bunch of bull. So what I did was I bought one for retail price. I sent it in. I lost money on it, but I was like, whoa, this thing sold way faster than I thought it would. This actually works. And guess what I did after that? I went and actually learned how to source myself because this step is very crucial. You have to know it works before you can invest time. And once you know it works, it's a lot easier to invest time. So you need to figure out a strategy after you get your proof of concept, right? There's different ways of doing this. And there's really two main strategies with the online arbitrage route. There's the low ASIN, lower to mid ROI with really, really high volume route. Or you have the wider ASIN route. And all ASIN is a product with maybe higher ROIs, but lower volume, okay? So you have the guy that sells 10 items that all sell really, really fast at a 20% ROI. So you can easily spend $20,000 and make $4,000 profit on that spend, and it's like guaranteed, okay? And then you have the other guy that maybe has 60 different products that he spends $20,000 on, but instead of only making $4,000, he's making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. But the products aren't selling as fast. So maybe he might get stuck with one or two products or three that are just moving a little slower, so it takes a little bit longer to move. So both strategies are good and both strategies are something you can implement. I prefer the second strategy because if you have a lot of ASINs and a lot of different products in your store, well, then if one goes off, it's not a big deal. But if you're doing the other strategy and one product goes off and it's no longer profitable, well, now that's a tenth of your entire business that's just gone. Okay, and also, obviously, if you have a lot more money, that route might be a little bit better. But if you have less money, you need to start with the higher ROI products. And the products that are selling really, really, really fast are going to be much harder to find at high ROIs. Whereas the products that are selling a little bit slower that people are passing on, those products typically have way higher ROIs because less people are finding them because they're not really looking at the products that are only selling 100, 200 times a month, where we can come in and use this strategy and capitalize on that market because people aren't really looking at that. So you need to figure out what strategy you want to take. If you have a lot of money, maybe you can go ahead and find a couple products, just order like 1,000 of them, send them in and make your quick money like that. But if you want to build a long, sustainable business like a Walmart or a Target or a Walgreens, like one of these retail stores that have a bunch of products in their store, you want to take the second route. Is it a little bit more work up front? Well, yeah, you have to find more products. But those products are easier to find. So while at the time it takes you to find 10 products with the first method, might take you the same amount of time to find 30 products with the second method, right? There's no right or wrong answer, but in my opinion, I think the second strategy definitely is the one that I would start with if I want to get the 10K, right away as fast as possible. Okay, so the next thing is test orders. So we've already got the proof of concept. Great. Next thing we want to do is everything we find profitably, especially if we're doing the second method, is we want to take test orders. So what I'm doing here is purchasing 10 to 20 units of the item. If an item sells over 100 times a month, then I'm purchasing 20 units to test. If it sells under 100 units a month, which seller is telling us, then I'll purchase 10 units. That's just very generic standard numbers in practice. And then once, let's say I ordered 20 units of this soap, but I actually sold 20 of them in a week. Well, then I know for next time, I need to order enough for 2 months. So in that case, I need to order 80 per month. So I need about 160 of those soaps to last me 2 months. And that's how you're going to scale. Okay, is you place your test order initially, takes like a month, and then you scale. Okay, and then you have more products and you add and you add and you add and you scale like that. And then before you know it, you're not even paying attention. You're already at 10K profit a month. Okay, but you're doing the same thing as you're doing in the beginning. Okay, so the first test order, you're probably going to be around 1 to 2K profit a month, but all you're doing from there is scaling it, and that is how you're getting to 10K. It's the same strategy you did in the beginning. That's why I said mindset's so important. It's the same strategy from 1K to 10K. And then after you have your test order, you're just scaling, right? That's kind of what I was just talking about here a second ago with the test orders, is you're just scaling. You are just continuously making sure you're restocked. So every time you're down to 20, 30 units of an item, you are continuously restocking it. You know, you're reanalyzing the product on Keepa, making sure it's still selling like you was before. You're obviously checking your seller board to make sure your profits are good, your margin's good, everything's healthy with returns, and you're just ordering it again. And while this is all going on, you're restocking, you're hiring a virtual assistant to help you source, to bring out more products, you're opening more credit cards, Amex, you're taking out Amazon loans, and you're scaling. Okay, and then this is way past 10K. Now you're blowing past 10K. Now you're doing 6 figures revenue a month, probably taking home 20K. Okay, so that is what I think is the fastest and most effective way at getting to 10K profit a month with Amazon. Okay, first thing is mindset, model, proof of concept, strategy, test orders, and scale, right? It all goes together, and that is definitely the fastest way, and that is the way that I've done it myself, and that is the way that I teach all my students to do it, is in this order. A lot of people come to me saying they want to get into wholesale, but I kind of push them in the OA route, right? We'll do OA for like the first couple sessions, and then we get into the wholesale stuff because we can pick up this part right here, these 3 so fast that then we can start strategizing our wholesale and then, you know, start building out orders from a wholesaler. But again, it's the same as the OA route. It's just we're purchasing from somewhere else. So the strategy is a little bit different. Just don't complicate it, okay? It's really not that complicated, right? So if this is all completely new to you and, you know, you want to start selling on Amazon, I encourage you to check out my Instagram page and my TikTok. You know, they're all linked below. They're also linked right here on the screen somewhere. Just follow them because my TikTok has 400 plus videos of strategies to source, strategies to reprice, strategies for everything about Amazon. It's all on there. And then my Instagram, same thing as my TikTok. So please follow those if you want more guidance and you need actual help, because you will find everything you need to sell on Amazon on there. Okay, you don't need to hire anyone or do anything with anybody because all the information's there, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And on that, I will see you guys on the next one. Let me know if you guys have any questions below. Peace.